Doctor Who Flux introduced us to the Mouri, mysterious creatures that time flows through, in the equally mysterious Temple of Atropos, on the planet of time. When we first met them, a few of them seemed to be glitching, flickering between full people in white robes to empty, blackened robes. And it was at that point I was like, hold on a second, those blackened robes reminded me of something. So in this video, I want to examine the possibility: do the Mouri become the Remnants from Series 11 episode The Ghost Monument?
We see deeper though, further back, the timeless child.
There are definitely fors and againsts for this theory, so let's tackle the fors first. The blackened, empty, floating robes of the Mouri do look very reminiscent of the floating, blackened rags that are the Remnants. The voices are also similar. Not the same, they are definitely voiced by different actors, male for the Remnants, female for the Mouri, but the effect on the voice and the slow style of speech is very reminiscent of each other.
The force of time will break you.
Could this be coincidence? Sure, but when both episodes are written by the showrunner, you'd think he'd be keen to avoid such similarities unless there was some kind of deliberate connection. Then there's the name, Remnants. Why are they called that? Well, a definition of a remnant in the dictionary is a part or quantity that is left after the greater part has been used, removed, or destroyed. So what if perhaps the greater part they were a whole of was the Mouri, after they've been destroyed? The Remnants were also the first people to utter the words "the timeless child" on screen. They knew about the Doctor's past when she didn't, and they teased her with this fact. How did they know? It can't be reading minds, because the Doctor herself had no memory of that term or any information about it at that point. Perhaps they know because they were once the Mouri, and all of time flowed through them, and all of time's knowledge presumably also. But when the Doctor encountered the Remnants, she deduced that they were developed in the labs on Dissolution, one of the Stenzer's weapons. Everything we see as the audience in the Ghost Monument does lead us to believe this is the case. And their main motivation seems to be to kill and devour, which definitely doesn't match up with what we've seen in the Mouri so far. So if we want to stick with this theory, we've got to do some creative thinking. Perhaps one of the desiccated Mouri was captured by the Stenzer and augmented somehow, giving them the need to feed. This would also allow the Stenzer to be linked back into the narrative of Chibnall's era. I don't know about you, but for me, it felt in Series 11 like they were being built up to be a continuing threat for the 13th Doctor. They were relevant to 3 of the 10 episodes of that series. And then we just never heard from them again. It's this weird thread that feels like it should have gone somewhere else, and this theory would allow it to. Whether that just be as an explanation, or whether or not to come back into the story themselves at some point. What do you think? Is there any merit in this theory? Another theory I've seen floating around is that the Mouri become the Weeping Angels, so let me know in the comments below if you prefer that theory. Or maybe you have your own unique one, I'd love to hear it. If you've enjoyed this video, do please give it a like, share, and also consider hitting that subscribe button for more Doctor Who theory videos just like this one. In the meantime, I guess I'll see you soon. Bye bye.